When life gives me lemons, I make risotto. Today we are going to be making lemon mascarpone risotto with asparagus and shrimp. So of course, like any of our other recipes that we work with, everything can be changed. If you don't like asparagus, switch it out. And the shrimp, we do chicken. So all of the recipes that I always try to teach you guys are just like from my heart and my palate. So doesn't mean you have to follow them exactly. You can do whatever you'd like. So I'm at Abby's again today in the kitchen, and our buddy today is getting a little bored already, so he doesn't even care about being on the camera anymore. So, you know, he's just going to lay here at my feet, but that's okay. So risotto has kind of a weird reputation. People love it, but they're afraid to make it. And I think it's because of the time frame that it takes. So I'm going to tell you roughly it's going to take about 20 minutes to make this today. So if you have something to do or whatever, I will post this on the page, but we're going to try to fly through this as quick as we can. I've prepped ahead of time. So I have a couple pans here going, and I wanted to show you already, I have chicken stock here, and in it I added a lemon. And I added a lemon because anytime that you can infuse that flavor into the food, it's the best for it. So it's just regular chicken stock from the store. I didn't cut a chicken up, make it special. And then I just cut a lemon and put it in there. And I have it simmering because when you add it to the rice, you don't want it to be cold and stop the cooking process. So while we're going here, I'm going to heat this pot up, and I've got the hang of this now, Abs.
Yeah?
Yep. I'm going right over here with this one. And then we're going to add to this pot 2 tablespoons of butter, and I always use unsalted because I like to control, you know, my sodium intake here. I don't have sodium problems, but you never know if someone does. Okay, so I have that in there, and I'm going to put also like 2 tablespoons of oil. So it could be vegetable oil, canola oil, saffron, you know, flower oil, whatever you want to put in there. So we're going to get this melting in the pot. And while that's going, I want to show you what arborio rice is. Now, arborio rice is a product of Italy, and it's from Arborio, Italy, which is in the northwestern, like the Piedmont region of Italy. You can buy this right in the store like this, and this will last you a long time. But what arborio rice is, if I can show you, Abs, it's very short grain rice. See how short it is? It looks almost oval instead of long. So it actually has a creamier texture than the white rice. And you need all the liquid with it to bring all of that out. So while this is melting here, we're going to put on this pot also. And I'm going to get let's see if I can get this one right over here now. Yep. Okay. We're going to be doing the shrimp in here and the asparagus. So just 3 pots is all that you need. And just a few utensils here. Okay, so in case you didn't notice, you see my little, my apron today. I don't know if you can read the bottom. Can you see the bottom of it?
Not only sexy, but can cook too.
That's right, all women. All women's motto. So, okay, so the recipe calls for, and I will put this on my Facebook, that was 6 cups of chicken stock that we put in, and 1 onion that one lemon that I put in, and let the juice come out. And then we're going to we have the olive oil in there, and 2 tablespoons of butter and olive oil. And now I'm going to put 1.5 cups of the arborio rice. So we're going to use our dry measuring cups here. And we're going to do 1. And then 1/2. So this is going to be a nice size dish when it's done. If you didn't put the shrimp or the asparagus in, you could just use it like as a side dish. But, you know, like since you're putting the protein in and the vegetables and everything, it could be as a main meal. And to this now, I'm going to add some white wine. So this is a Pinot Grigio, and the rule of thumb is if you wouldn't drink it, you don't cook with it. So this happens to be a very good Pinot Grigio. So it's 1/2 cup. I'm just going to eyeball it. I pretty much know what 1/2 cup is. Drink one all the time. Maybe another splash for good measure. Okay, and we're just going to get this coated in here with all the butter. There we go. Okay, and now over in this, while this cooks, in this pan, we're going to put a little bit of oil for the asparagus and the shrimp that we're going to do. So with asparagus, you would cut it behind this. It usually comes with these rubber bands like this, you know, which is nice. You can trim it. So I'm just going to cut it behind the band. I leave it on because it makes for easier cutting, because now they're not all over the place. You can always save these for something else, stock or something like that, you know. And then I'm going to cut it right in the middle, and then in the middle again, and then I'm going to cut it right above the band. So I've got all these nice little 1-inch pieces, and I honestly, it, you know, really hardly made a mess. There we go. All right, so we don't use the bottoms. We always know that. It's very fibrous, and they don't really have much flavor. So I'm going to put these in the pan here. Thanks, Ebs. And we're going to get them cooking, those cooking. I can hear the rice already. See, it's nice and coated. And I want to infuse my rice with the onion flavor. So instead of adding it to the asparagus, I'm going to add it to the rice. So it just called for like 1 small onion. But I actually cheated today, and because I was actually busy making barjol for the restaurant special tonight, so I didn't really have a lot of time to do a lot of chopping for this. So I actually cheated and I bought the dice already. So I'm just gonna add, like, it would equal 1 small onion, and I'm gonna put that in it as well. So we have all that in there. So we have the butter and the white wine, and I smell it. So now we're just gonna wait for this rice to get like a toasty brown color. And we're going to check on our asparagus here. This is on all the way?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I have to look under these. I always do it wrong. I always go the small one, and I need the outside one, this outside ring. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm stupid.
No,
I used to have one of these like this. Now I hear it cooking. I was like, what is happening here? Okay. So, we've had a busy week at the restaurant. You know, for some reason, it comes in waves like that. We've had a lot of people coming in this week, so we've been extremely busy. And now I hear that we might be able to open up 100%, so that really helps us out. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut an orange right in half, or a lemon right in half. You guys know I'm a lemon fanatic, so I'm going to kind of take the pits out of it and just going to put them in my little garbage pile here. Sorry, I'll clean it up, I promise. And I'm going to go ahead.
Oh, you got one in there.
I got 2 right in the same spot.
Nice.
We need to turn the asparagus down. And then I'm just going to try to get this little pit out of there. We don't want anybody eating that. Okay. So we have our asparagus sauteing here, and it's going really well. So asparagus takes very short time to cook. All right, and now we've got our risotto going. It's getting nice and toasty in this pan. I can see it. So now I can smell the wine and all of that with it. It's so good. I'm going to add a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. And I learned a really interesting fact this week about pepper. And now that I know it, I'm going to make sure I use it. But you should always use peppercorns. I learned that from George Zakarian. He's a great, or Jeffrey Zakarian. He's a great chef on the Food Network. So I was watching the other day, and he was, you know, cracking the pepper with the grinder, and he was like, you should never use pepper that's already ground. He goes, because that is the leftovers. It's the pepper that falls off of the good stuff. It falls on the floor. It falls on the tables and where they manufacture it. He goes, so that's just like the leftovers. So when I thought about that, I was like, you know, a pepper grinder I always use. I just got out of the habit because it's easier to use my hand. But now I'm going to make sure I use one. Okay, so this is getting all brown. As you can see, like the color changed a little bit. It's got like a golden color, which is really nice. This is going to be so creamy when it's done. Oh, it's so delicious. I love risotto. One of the most popular risotto dishes is with mushroom. Everybody loves mushroom risotto. Those are very, like a staple in Italian restaurants. But I figured before the winter comes and before fall, I'm going to get in one more lemon dish. So now that it's brown, we have to start adding liquid to it because that's how it really starts cooking. So I'm just going to take a couple ladlefuls here. You're supposed to do like a half a cup at a time and see how it's already starting to cook it. And we just want to cover it enough where it can swim in there. And like I said, you want to use hot stock because if I were to put cold in here, it would stop everything and we'd have to start all over again. And as it cooks down the liquid, you just keep adding more. So we've got our asparagus going here. How nice and green they are.
Yeah.
They look green on camera?
Yeah, they do.
Nice. I bought this really fancy lighting and stuff, and we're not even using it today because we're just not sure how to do it. But I've been kind of following along on how to make a really good video. And of course, I bought it. You want to show it?
I mean, I kind of got it set up.
Yeah. We're just trying to muddle our way through here. But also, Abby and I were just talking about maybe doing a cooking class at the restaurant. We certainly have the space. We used to do them in the past. And what would be just like a sign up, and we could probably limit it to maybe 20, 25 people. And it'd just be a small fee. We would supply all of the ingredients, and we could cook together in one afternoon at the restaurant. I think that would be a really great way for all of us to get together and cook together since we love it. I also got so many pictures this week of the frittata from last week, and I was so excited about it because I try to post as many as I can on my Facebook, and I was really proud of you guys. I mean, some of those frittatas look way better than mine.
I ate it all week.
She did, I gotta say. This child ate the whole frittata. She wastes nothing. All right, so at this point I'm using, this recipe's gonna go for 2 lemons. The one was in the stock, and now this is the second half to this. There we go. And look at this, I even have a little lemon dish towel today. I figured I would break that out. Okay, so you see how all the liquid is gone out of this already? So now we're just gonna add a little bit more again. Just gonna keep adding the liquid here. And I have a low sodium chicken broth also, just because, you know, like I said, I don't like to cook with salty stuff. So I got it? I know last week when I was re-watching the video, I saw how I had half the pan off of the burner. It's something that I gotta get used to here.
I didn't notice.
I didn't notice it at first, but I did now, so. When I walked into Abby's house, it smelled so good today. She made some amazing casserole. And I looked at it, I was like, wow, looks really good. Was it like chicken casserole?
Chicken, broccoli, white rice, casserole.
Is that your kick casserole?
It is my kick casserole.
Everybody loves it. She brings it in, everybody eats it.
It's easy.
Kick casserole.
I'm busy on Fridays.
Yes, you are. Okay, so see how this is boiling right now, and it's like using all of the liquid to get creamier. You can actually see how creamy it is already. It's actually so beautiful. So, as soon as the liquid's out, we're just going to keep going again, and we're going to add to it. Next to the asparagus, I'm going to add the shrimp. So, this is shrimp that is obviously already cooked. I stole it from the restaurant. It's deveined and peeled, and tails are off. Nothing worse than getting a dish and the shrimp tails are on it. And you bite it and you're just like, ooh, they got shrimp tails. So I'm just basically adding these in here to heat them through. We're just sauteing these. I mean, certainly if you have the raw shrimp, it takes literally 5 minutes to make shrimp. So as soon as they turn pink, they're done. Otherwise, they'll start to get rubbery. So I'm just going to add a little bit of salt and pepper to these too. Just season as you go along. There. Okay, and again, now doesn't that look pretty already? Now you could use, like I said, if you don't want to use asparagus, you could use, of course, spinach. You could put peas in there. You could put arugula if you wanted to. We'll go so far as to say kale if people like it. I've been making this really great kale and turkey soup at the restaurant lately, and everybody's been loving it. At first when we describe it, they're like, kale, but then they eat it and love it. Okay, so again, the water is evaporated, or the liquid's evaporated out of here. So we're going to put in a couple more. I don't know if it smells like Thanksgiving with all this chicken broth or summertime.
I'm getting a lot of lemon,
Good.
and I'm okay with that.
Me
Yeah.
too. So anytime that you add lemon to something, it just gives it that crispy, like clean. The citrus just brightens up anything around it. So it's going to brighten up the asparagus. It's going to brighten up the shrimp, and it's just going to be incredible. Sometimes when like I cut different things up and my hands like smell from different food, I just rub them with a lemon and they smell amazing. That's what a lemon does. Okay, so our asparagus is looking good. Probably just a few minutes more. I can push down on it and it's getting soft. So that's what we want. Do you need to say hi to anybody?
Just watching.
All right. I see my cousin Gail. She's my biggest supporter. Happy birthday, Gail. I'm sorry I missed it yesterday. I felt terrible. I have not been getting my birthday notifications on Facebook lately. I don't know why. They cut me off from the world. Helen. Helen always loves my aprons. One day I think I might just start raffling these things off or giving them away.
You got plenty.
I have a whole rack of them at the restaurant, so anytime I need one, I just put one on. Okay, so again, the liquid is gone, and we're going to taste this in a couple minutes and see where we're at, because we just want it to be like a little bit al dente. We don't want it to be hard, and we don't want it to be mushy. There we go. All right. And then the asparagus is probably just about done. This is a really easy dish, guys. When it's finished, we're going to add one of the last components we have to put in is mascarpone cream and a little bit of fresh grated Parmesan. It's just going to finish it off. The mascarpone is going to make it so creamy. And the great thing about mascarpone cream is that you can use it for savory dishes, or you can use it for, it's basically tiramisu. But you can make mousses with it, you can make icing with it for different cakes and stuff. I mean, it's really versatile. It's great. It's like American cream cheese, but it's not as tangy. Because I'm not a huge cream cheese person. Okay. Do we want to taste an asparagus?
Yeah, why not?
See if it's done. It's done for my liking, so it goes off this way, right?
Yep.
Okay. It looks so pretty. If you didn't want to use shrimp, you could use chicken in there. You could use like maybe some turkey, lamb, anything light like that. Alrighty. Now tonight at the restaurant, I was telling you guys, we're having a brajol special, and it's such a time-consuming, tedious thing, but it's so worth it. Okay, I'm going to get a small teaspoon here, and I'm going to see where we're at with this. It doesn't look like maybe. It probably needs a couple minutes more. It's so lemony. And the onion and the wine. Woo, that's good.
Is it ready?
Maybe just 5 minutes more. I don't want to eat it al dente. To make sure these don't stick. Okay. So since I posted the brajol post, a lot of people have been asking me if that's going to be the next cooking class. That's going to be up to you guys. If that's what you want to learn how to make, I can definitely show you that. It's very simple. The cooking process is very long, but you know, I can show you the finished product, of course. It's a great meal for the fall because it's a little bit heavier So a lot of people have been saying, you know, next cooking class. So I kind of like when you guys choose because it takes the pressure off me. And I feel like this one got so much feedback, and I'm so glad now because when I just taste tested this, it is delicious. Okay, and probably just one more scoop for it is going to be good. Now, I give you my chicken stock for the dog, but I don't think he's going to want that with the lemon in it.
No. He's kind of picky.
Oh, yeah. No, he's kind of spoiled.
Oh, yeah.
Look at him over there. Hi, Track. I see my bro David on there.
Yep.
How are you feeling, David? I hope you're good. I know it's been a tough season for you. Okay. I believe once this liquid is soaked up in, we'll be able to add the shrimp and the asparagus and the mascarpone and the cream and the cheese, and we should be all finished. I'm just keeping these warm on here. See, this really didn't take long. The longest part is the risotto, and that's why a lot of people kind of shy away from it because they're like, I just don't have the time to make it. Not like today when you have rice cookers. Abby has a rice cooker, and we would come home from the restaurant late at night and we'd be starving, and she's like, here, let's throw some rice in the rice cooker. And what is it, like 8 minutes?
If that, yeah.
But that's a Japanese rice cooker.
It depends how much you
Yeah.
put in.
Alrighty. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit because it's boiling up now, and I want to add the cream and stuff to it. If you didn't want to add mascarpone cream, if you didn't have it, yes, you could add heavy cream or a little bit of milk. It's just going to give it like that little bit of creaminess that will enhance it. I certainly don't want you to run out and get mascarpone cream. It's not that easy to find anyway. Some of the stores have it in the specialty, you know, cheese section. So, but I always have this kind of stuff easily at my fingertips. So good, I can't stop eating it. All right, so now that it's turned down, I'm going to get my mascarpone ready, and it says that I need 3 tablespoons. So it's soft. I have it out. It's, you know, softened. You leave it in the refrigerator, but I took it out. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put 3 tablespoons in here. I'll try to make it a little bit. Alrighty. There's 1. People always calling me. Scam likely all day long. There's 2. And here is tablespoon number 3. I'll put a little bit more in there. It's not like baking. Look at your pretty things.
I think you got them for me.
Did I get them for you?
Probably.
I don't know. I'm a kitchen gadget person. Speaking of kitchen gadgets, I'm about to show you guys the most beautiful serving spoons you could ever get. And you can only find them, 1, if you go to Italy, 2, if you go to Rosella Rago's website, Cooking with Nonna. Look how beautiful these are. This was just one pattern. Of course, I took the lemon one, but they had, they're called her Positano collection, because Positano is in the south of Italy, and it's by Capri, and it has loaded with lemon trees there. That's where limoncello began. So I saw the tops are ceramic. They're so beautiful, and they're wooden and treated. So we're going to mix this lemony dish with these. So I wanted to give Rosella a shout out because these are beautiful. Just go on Cooking with Nonna, and you can order them in different colors. She has all different ones. So, all right. So back to the risotto. Look how beautiful. Isn't it gorgeous?
Yeah, it looks good.
Okay, so it has the mascarpone in here, and the last thing we're going to do is we're going to add a 1/2 cup of cheese to it. So this is your half.
What kind of cheese?
This is, I have Pecorino Romano because it's a little bit sharper, but grated Parmesan is absolutely fine. Is that him snoring?
Yeah.
Okay, so I can't really stick this cup down in there, so I'm just going to use this little spoon here. And we're going to add the cheese in. Stir, stir, stir. Oh, you're stirring backwards. I'm sorry. Or you are backwards. Okay. So you want to stir this in. Okay, so we have the cheese in there. And the last thing we're going to do now is we're going to add our veggies and the shrimp in there. So we're just going to add this all in. And I'm actually going to put the juice in there with it that they were cooked in. Put that down. And we're going to mix it all around. And we have a beautiful one-pot meal. So we have a lemon risotto with mascarpone, shrimp and risotto.
Looks good.
Yeah, I'm just going to add a little bit of pepper on the top. And I'm going to give you a little bit to taste. Look at these plates. I'm going all out today.
I know, and she brings everything to my house. Like, I have plates.
I know.
But no, they had to be lemon.
Well, it's the theme for the day. You know we're going to eat more than this.
Yeah.
We always end up eating this as our Friday lunch. So I'm really eager to bake something, though, guys. So if you want to learn something to bake something, please let me know.
Take one.
And I will take one. It's good, huh?
It looks good.
Steaming hot.
Yay.
You can sprinkle it with a little more cheese if you wanted. There we go.
What cheese on yours?
Yep. All right, are we ready? It's gonna be hot.
Yeah, I know.
It's gonna be real hot.
You do this to me every week.
I know, but you're getting better at it.
Oh.
Tracker got some. Track, you like it?
Oh, God, I keep dropping it.
How is it?
It is good.
You guys are gonna love this dish. It is incredible.
Anything lemon is so refreshing.
I think I already hooked on it.
Yeah. But this is nice and creamy. It's like nice and creamy.
You cannot beat arborio rice. It is so delicious. If you put mushroom, like a mushroom arborio, you could use like a beef stock. I mean, this is so good. I'm gonna pour it in this bowl. There we go. Oh gosh, it's getting honest here. There you go. And then I've got my beautiful serving spoons with it. Let's try to get our shrimp in there. And there we go. How beautiful is that?
God, that shrimp is perfect.
Isn't it? There you go, Rosella. Look how beautiful these are. And you can have it with your glass of white wine that you used in it. This is a Pinot Grigio, and it's absolutely delicious. Trust me, go get this brand.
Yeah, that's
All
good.
right, guys. I thank you for joining us again today, Abby and I. And remember, you know, when life throws lemons at you, there's a lot more to make than lemonade. So, if you need the recipe, it's going to be posted on my website or on my Facebook page. And let me know what you guys want to cook next week. Have a great weekend.